I've been in the market for a long time for a high-end phone, something that wasn't expensive, but something that had flagship level specs. This is the K90 Pro Max, and while being expensive, it's actually a lot cheaper than you might expect. This comes equipped with a Snapdragon 8 Elite Gen 5 and some other flagship level specs. So I want to know, is this worth the 1200 Canadian that I spent on it? Let's hop in and find out. First up is the build quality. It's made completely out of metal. If you want something that feels durable, premium, and high-end, you're not going to feel disappointed with this. The frame itself feels very dense. On the top, you got a speaker port. On the right side, you got your volume and your power button. On the bottom, the SIM card slot, a microphone, a USB-C port with video out, and another speaker. And I gotta say, these speakers are incredible. Wait till you hear them later. There's nothing on the other side. The thing that stands out most to me is the build quality. I've never held a phone quite like this, and I cannot put into words how durable this thing feels. The model that I have here is the 512 gigabytes of storage with 16 gigabytes of RAM. We have that Snapdragon 8 Elite. It's got Dragon crystal glass, an aluminum alloy frame, a fiber reinforced plastic back. It's a 6.9-inch phone, but it does feel significantly heavier than a lot of the other phones that I've used before. Another thing that you're going to notice is the Bose speaker. Like I said, these are incredible speakers. I'll show you what they sound like later. It also has Dolby Atmos certification. It supports Wi-Fi 7, but this is the Chinese model, and this does not support Wi-Fi 6 gigahertz bands. Another thing that really stood out to me is the camera. I've been using this for a little while now, and wow, this thing looks incredible. Another really neat thing about this is the only device that I have with UFS 4.1 storage, and by far the brightest AMOLED panel that I've seen at 3500 nits. It has 2560 Hz PWM flicker, and it hasn't bothered me personally. It supports Dolby Vision, HDR10+. Incredible phone. The panel itself nearly fills the entire screen. There is a small notch on the front, but it still looks really decent. One thing I like about this is just how vibrant it is. I actually came from the Poco F6, and I did find that panel just a little bit more vibrant. I'm not sure why. I feel like that one maybe exaggerated the colors a little bit. This one feels more muted. However, it still is a really decent panel. You're definitely not going to be disappointed. I'm only recording in 30 FPS, but this is a 120 Hz panel. It feels extremely smooth, excellent in games, and I haven't seen any tearing. The big negative about this phone so far is unfortunately it doesn't have a micro SD card slot or a headphone jack. I was actually trying to listen to music on my way home from work the other day, and I realized that you need a DAC in your USB-C to headphone adapter. This phone anyways doesn't support USB audio out without that. Begrudgingly, I bought the Apple one, and I've been pretty happy. It was only about 10 Canadian. You can even play some PC games on here because this thing definitely has the horsepower to do it. One thing that I've noticed anyways is the frame time is not always consistent. You get occasional little micro stutters, which is very odd. I think this is an optimization issue on Xiaomi's end. The gaming experience is still pretty smooth, but yeah, occasionally you get these little spikes. I think it has to do something with the temperature. It does get hot, but not unbearably hot, and the battery drain is pretty significant. So it gets warm, but not unbearably warm. In fact, I've seen other handhelds with built-in fans get hotter than this. The GPU isn't clocking up to its max either, and the CPU is doing a decent job of clocking itself back as needed. From an average run on Megabonk, which can take anywhere from about 20 or 30 minutes, I'm losing about 8 to 10% battery life. Not impressive, but not bad. This phone has a 7560 mAh battery, so for gaming, definitely a decent phone. The thing you gotta remember is this phone is competing with like phones that are double the price. In Android gaming like Subnautica, you can completely max out the settings and it's absolutely butter smooth. So if you're buying this for gaming, yeah, I don't think you're gonna be disappointed. The Snapdragon 8 Elite Gen 5 is definitely incredible. So Poco makes a global version. This is the Chinese version, which is a little bit cheaper and it is usable. You get Google Play on it, you get flagship level specs, and the good thing about this one over the global one is you get a bigger battery. This is 7,500 milliamp hours, but the Poco one is much smaller. I've been using this for a good 2 months, and my battery life generally by the end of the day is about 60%. Bear in mind that that's with pretty mixed use too, so I'm overly very impressed with the battery life on this. Xiaomi is a little bit odd with their charging though. They seem to encrypt their charging the same way that Nintendo does. Mine did come with a 100-watt charger, and it can charge this device in pretty much under an hour. I wanted the same features in this upgrade as I had in my Poco F6. This means that I had to have NFC. I had to have a good or better camera, and this definitely delivered in that front too. Here's some pictures I took with it. Pretty decent, right? It gives you a nice natural bokeh, and the colors are really saturated. It also has a lot of detail and not a lot of noise. Good thing about this phone too is it does support wireless charging. This is actually the first phone that I've owned that had that. The fingerprint unlock is remarkably fast. Call quality has also been really good on this, despite me only having about 4 out of 5 bands. It's going to depend with your carrier. I recommend checking out Keymobile if you have any questions. If you're missing like 1 or 2 bands, it's still pretty decent, and I wouldn't worry about it. But one feature with this phone that's really blown me away, aside from the performance, is the speaker. Wow, it's so incredible. Let me show you what the speaker sounds like. I'm going to use some audio from our Ghosts. He's a good friend of mine, so let's check it out and see what that sounds like. So needless to say, wow, that's incredible audio for a phone. I would even go as far as to say that this audio in here is better than the Claw 8 AI Plus, and that's the best mobile speakers that I have on the device. So what's my final thoughts on the Redmi K90 Pro Max? Well, if you're looking for value and you don't want to spend $2,000 in Canada for the best flagship phone you can get, then you're not going to be disappointed. This phone has the best speakers that I've seen, a beautiful panel, durable build quality. The only thing that I don't like about this phone is, well, it's still 1,200 Canadian, which is a lot of money. If you want something that lasts a long time, you really can't go wrong with this phone. The camera is excellent, the gaming is really good, the software is decent. If you don't want to have to deal with the trouble of the Chinese ROM, then definitely look at the Poco version. This is a phone for the gamer, the photographer, and the daily traveler. And guys, wow, I cannot recommend this phone enough. Out of all the Android devices that I've looked at, this is by far the fastest and the most impressive. I'll leave a link below where I bought it, but make sure to subscribe so you don't miss any future videos. And as always, thanks for watching.